Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Viking Warrior Gaming. I am Viking Warrior, and welcome to Total War Warhammer 2. A game that should really be called Total Warhammer, but oh well. This is going to be our new series for the foreseeable future. So let's get right in.
This world.
We're going to be doing a campaign as Lord Tyrion here of the High Elves. And we've obviously got the Lizard Men, the Dark Elves, and the Skaven, who are the playable factions. You have the Lord Tyrion. The first one you select, so Lord Tyrion, Lord Mazdamundi, Lord Malekith, and Queek Headtaker are melee, and then Teclis.
I will see Malekith crowned.
Moriarty, and Lord Scroll
We can achieve much. We must preserve
are
this
the
world.
mage ones, and we're going to play on hard difficulty. Now I'm using a couple of mods. One that gives the High Elves Swordsmen, because I feel like the High Elves, whenever I think elves, the first sort of things that come to mind is Lord of the Rings and things like that, isn't it? Whenever elves are mentioned, Lord of the Rings, Skyrim, that sort of thing comes to mind. And I always think about how good their swordsmen and that are. So let's get into this while it's loading. So I always think swordsman. And Base doesn't have swordsmen, so
an enigma to
I've modded them in.
men and dwarfs, who know them as High Elves. At the center of the great ocean lies Ulthuan, a paradise created by the Old Ones. But when the stellar gates collapsed, demons flooded the mortal plane. All was lost until Anarion the Defender strode forth.
yay! And he
The first
got some
Phoenix
water on the
King
map.
vanquished the demons. With the aid of the Archmage, Calador Dragon Tamer.
Ironically, the Phoenix
It was
King is a
Calador
member
and his
of the
elven mages
Lothrin
who created
faction,
the Great Vortex.
and Calador is a member of the
A
Caledonian
swirling
faction.
maelstrom that siphoned the excess
And yet they
magic,
hate our guts.
withering demonkind.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, does it? So now
With
there's
the
a big
world
swirly
purged
magic-y
of
thing
chaos,
in the centre.
The elves took it upon themselves to become guardians and stewards.
Yeah, because we're awesome.
The twin-tailed comet is oft seen as an omen. But this time, its wake brought great peril.
Oh no!
The dragon with two tails flies lower than before. Its trail disturbs the vortex.
I have felt a change in the winds of magic.
Then write it, brother. Lead the mages of Safari. Bring all in the White Tower to bear if you must.
Such lore is currently beyond us.
I suggest
Safari
a
don't
scrying
like us
ritual
either.
in the pool of Isha. It may provide us with the answer.
Such a ritual requires fragments of fallen waystones. Far more than we have.
Then we find more. Make ready your ritual, Lordmaster Talarian. You will have your fragments.
I shall start the search in Lustria.
Lustria.
My brother will search here, in Ulthuan.
Why do you care so much about the greater world?
Why do you not? Stay here, brother. Protect Ulthuan. But I venture beyond our borders.
And while you meddle in far-flung continents, I will ensure you have a home to return to.
Not gonna lie, Tyrion is a bit of a dick. But he's also a very capable warrior, so I'll forgive him. For now. He will not... He will lead my armies to victory, so... One thing I have noticed about the High Elves, and about all of the factions that I've seen so far, is you can recruit female lords to lead your armies. However, they're never swordsmen or halberdiers or anything. They're always hybrid weapons, so crossbow and sword. But that means they're not very good. They're not as effective frontline fighters as if they were sword experts. Which kind of makes me sad, because I would have thought that a female elf would be just as effective as a sword fighter as a male elf. Ever wrathful for a chance to strike at their mortal enemies, the hateful Dark Elves have taken advantage of the discord wrought by the comet's appearance to launch an invasion of Oathwan. The divine home of the High Elves, Lothran, the High Elf capital city and seat of the Phoenix King, is gravely threatened. Yes, Lothran, High Elf, seat of the Phoenix King. Calador, the mage who helped create the Vortex, their faction doesn't like Lothran. But we're all High Elves and we're all fighting against chaos. Why do we not like each other? There's like, I think 6. Here we go.
Fellow
we'll see.
Asur, rally to my banner. Ulthuan is under attack, and the Great Vortex imperiled like never before.
Agreed. No shush. The Druki cannot be allowed to despoil the sanctity of Ulthuan. Yes, I'm aware of how to play, thank you.
Spies within the occupied cities suggest that the Druki are on the hunt for ancient...
Cool. Well, we will deal with them momentarily. Let me just go to options, game settings, minimal. I don't need him telling me what to do all the time. Okay, so this is the campaign map. It's pretty big, considering. Sort of you've got all the way down here, and you've got sort of, I think the Dark Elves and Skaven are like up here. And like the lizard men are down here, or down here, I can't remember. And then you've got one that's exclusively for chaos worshippers. So yeah, but you do have dwarves and orcs and other things on the map, but they're not actually playable at the moment, which is kind of saddening. So what we've got here is Lothran. This is our capital city. Currently, we have lost the Glittering Tower and the Tower of Lacine to the Cult of Excess, which is a Dark Elf group, kind of like the rebel faction of the Empire in the first Total War Warhammer. And here we have Lord Tyrion waggling his sword around. Now, I've got a couple of mods that I'm playing with. Nothing too major, like I said. One that adds swordsmen. So we have some elven swordsmen. And one that just gives him 2 skill points rather than just 1 every time he levels up. And that does that for the lords as well.
The Asur bid you welcome.
Or for the heroes. So you've got to recruit hero. So for the mages and that, it'll work as well. And that's the only mod. I did have a mod on that made Tyrion ridiculously powerful and able to take on the army by himself, but I felt like that would be a bit mean to just do that. So he's going to waggle his sword around and get some troops on the go. He's obviously got his Flamespire Phoenix and his Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, which are a very nice thing to have, as well as a couple of units of archers, which we will want to reinforce for the next turn. I like my archers. And then we will take Glittering Tower back. So what I've done at the moment is I've built
I hear the
Lothran village up. So, you know, that's now in the process of being built. So here we have the Caladors, or the Caledonians, I suppose. They are aggressive, they are guardians, and they're wary, and They're diplomatic. And they hate our guts. Trespassers against Calador. What? I've not even bloody moved. This must have happened previously.
You called?
We have our friendly people over here who are
I will hear
interested
your
in being
petition
friends.
and consider it
So-
carefully.
Let's have that.
Most astute.
Nice. So now these people love us, and we'll go
As you
military
say.
access. So in case
would
you
you
want
have
to
of
go through
me?
our lands or whatever. Here are Thafri. They're
Your presence
mostly
here
indifferent.
is like the coming of a plague.
All right. Oh wow. Okay. Because I opened
Prince
trade
of
negotiations
Elf, I have heard tales of your kind. Please speak.
of our kind. You're high elves too, you stupid buggers.
I cannot do this.
Why not? What about a trade agreement?
Wise indeed.
Trade agreement they'll accept, but they won't accept
I
a
think
non-aggression
not.
pact. Fair enough.
Give the word.
I don't know why Safri have all of a sudden taken a serious despising to me.
You called?
I don't know.
State your case quickly, lest I tire of your voice.
Look, all of you need to start listening to me. I am the Lord of the High Phoenix King. And you all at some point or another mentioned the High Phoenix King. Okay, so if you open negotiations with them and then break negotiations with them, they gain aversion to you. Well, that's just rude. So we have, yeah, okay, whatever you say. We have the Scourge of Cain over here.
I'm listening.
Don't go away. Yeah, there's sort of 6. How many is there? Actually, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 elven factions around the Sea of Dreams and Ulthan, as this area is called. This bit here is Ulthan. There is also a Dark Elf group up here called the Scourge of Cain. And there's obviously the Cult of Excess, who are almost a rebel faction. They're like rather than like in old Total War games where you had a rebel faction nearby and then like the Senate or the Council or whatever directed you to attack Safri, for example. They've given you enough to get you started and enough to take back your own lands as well. So let's end our turn now that we've got all that out of the way. Let's speed through that. As you can see, there's loads of different factions. There's orcs, dwarves, chaos, not at the moment. The Norska are back, which, oh yeah, there are vampires as well. And the Scalig, or whatever they were called, are back. So this is the Vortex at the Island of the Dead, or the Isle of the Dead. It's pretty, isn't it? That is the thing we need to protect. Basically, as lizard men or high elves, you want to protect this thing at all costs, because this is what's keeping chaos from entering your world. However, as Dark Elves and Skaven, obviously, you like chaos. You worship chaos. So you want to get to the point of pretty much destroying this and closing it down so that chaos can enter the world and take over. Because, well, they're mad bastards, really, aren't they?
Ready for orders.
So you're gonna get that on the go, and that's 2 turns away. Okay, so there's nothing we can do this turn, so let's just end turn. Surprisingly enough, the Cult of Excess, the Dark Elves who inhabit my lands, don't particularly like me. Surprise, surprise. I did see they have an army. They did have an army over here, so they must have moved him around here to take the Shrine of Azurin. Which is upsetting, and we will have to take it back, because apart from an Avalon castle up here, that is the closest we can get to the Isle of the Dead, which is where the vortex is coming out of, obviously. As you can see, it's pretty. It's like a huge magical plunger holding back the world of chaos, I suppose.
Her servant.
Okay, so Lord Tyrion now has his troops together. So let's go and take Clearing Tower. We're going to take it by force. Oh, we can win this. They've got some bleak swords. It's a noble, I think. Or is that just a captain? That might just be a captain. One of these people from the bleak swords has been selected to be captain.
I lust for battle.
So let's have a quick gander at the map. Give it a chance to load up. Come on. It's not that difficult. There we go. Alright, so we've got some high ground here, and there's pretty low ground here. So they're going to be charging down and then up for the most part. So we can go on the defensive.
Hungers.
We can go on the defensive here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure... Oh, it's Bane. Spelled wrong, it's got an I in it, but... So what do we got here? We've got some Dread Spears, who are slightly worse than my Spearmen, I do believe. No, they've got slightly better melee defense, but I'm not sure on their melee attack. Come on. You've stopped letting me mouse over my units, so come on. There we go. And now it's loaded. Yay. Ah, so this is a settlement siege battle. So let's get to the tactical map. This is a full overview of our map. Here's our side. And here's their side. And because we're attacking a town, here's the town. Now, this obviously is a very spread out town for the most part. As you can see, here's like the keep or whatever. And this is mostly spread out. This won't change, I don't think, until we get walls put on the settlement. But as you can see, there's got the lovely elven architecture and snobbery of the elves. That is our... Total Warhammer, are you sure about this? Huh. Not only are the trees growing through the fracking steps, but the steps actually lead to nowhere. Don't look too closely at it, it'll be fine. I think you could do with another flight of stairs and cleaning out some of... Anyway, yes, the elven architecture. Beautiful, isn't it? Whoops. I looked a bit too closely at that. I probably shouldn't have. I mean, we've got it down here. I mean, there is a tree growing through the fracking stairs again, but at least these stairs touch the ground. Anyway, let's get to the actual battle. So, there's their settlement that we're now attacking. As you can see, we have a flaming bird, or a phoenix, as they're most commonly known as. He has death from above, and he also has rebirth. So, when death is imminent, this unit has a chance of regaining his health. So let's get our archers and form up a line here. Now, that's not going to be the best.
It is an honor to fight for the Phoenix King.
If we do that, that gives us a pretty good boost. And we're going to get our field artillery here, the Eagle Claw bolt throwers, because they will have pretty good coverage of the enemy from there. Now we need to form up a defensive line like so. So we've got our spearmen here. Hello spearmen, with their really pointy hats, which I don't know. And then we've got our swordsman, which is just... yeah, alright. It's the spearman model, but with a sword instead of a spear, which it's a mod. It's not a unit that existed in the game before, and it's a relatively decent slugging unit. They can get in there and they can slug it out, you know, hold their ground for the most part. They're not the most powerful unit, obviously, but they're a pretty strong support unit. And obviously elven archers, I mean, come on. If there's anything that elves are known for, it's their archers. And then we have Lord Tyrion with his ridiculously pointy hat and flappy ears. Yeah, that works. So, let's get this battle underway, shall we? Let's turn that off because that's taking up half the screen. So, our claw bolt throwers are already firing, I do believe. Yep, they're already firing. There goes the first volley, and boom! That took out 12 Dark Elves, which I don't understand, because in the base game, Bleak Swords are a Dark Elf unit. Oh! Another few, and another. Oh! They're not even in range of my archers yet. Dark Elves have a base sword unit, and a High Elf sword unit from the mod is slightly powerful. I mean, in a straight one-on-one fight, these guys would almost beat the swordsmen. But what doesn't make any sense is why the Dark Elves get swordsmen, but the High Elves don't. I want you guys to focus on the archers, because I don't like the archers and they will irritate the shit out of me if I don't deal with them. Focus your fire on the archers, because I want them dead. Okay, we're wiping their archers out pretty well. You can also face Dark Shard's infantry with shields. So they have crossbows and shields. Why are you pushing forward? What are you doing, you crazy nutters? That's it. Just empty into them. They're almost wavering. They're almost broken. We're taking out a huge amount of them as well. Okay, these guys have broken. They're running away. And so have these guys. Now pull the hell back, for the love of Christ. You're not frontline units, you crazy sods. I forgot to put them in guard mode, that's why. Also, you lot. No, these guys, guard mode. So hold your ground. Oh, here we go. We've got a couple of swords units going against the Bleak unit. So if we bring these guys round. Oh, never mind, they broke. And now we just let our archers shred them as they run away. Bye. Ugh. And it's just... let's end this slaughter. Decisive victory. You're damn right it was. How many men did we lose? 19 men, and they lost 300. Sucks to be you. But, yeah. So, that was quite carefully fought battle. And, for the most part, look at that. 74 kills for my eagle throwers, and the rest of my archers got 30 plus each. I do like to play on the defensive quite a bit. I feel like it's easier to defend than it is to attack. Because obviously the enemy is always programmed to attack right out, so I find it easier to be on the defensive. So we could occupy and loot it. But that would put provincial instability down by 10, and obviously there's a conquest penalty for the next turn. So it would be minus 40 to
the
public
victor, the spoils.
public thingamabob, public order for 1 turn. And we were already on minus like 3. And that's minus 13. But this does... No, we didn't lose that many units. We will take it. Nice. Provincial control. Yeah, we wanna take the Tower of Lysan now. And now we hold Glittering Tower. So, we have unassigned skill points, as we can see. Skill points. So I'm going to give him Route Marcher and... trade resource produced. Route Marcher is always just a good one to have because it increases your movement range across the campaign map, so you know it's always good to have that. I may go with battle effects next, or I might go Inspiring Presence and Sword Player, just to upgrade and open both of those paths. So then I can upgrade my troops, the troops that serve in Tyrion's army, and I can also upgrade Tyrion so he can become stronger. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do. But that'll be next turn, or next time he levels up. So,
Elf One's defender.
You guys are doing that. I want you to recruit a couple more spearmen because I realised that we only had 2 units of spearmen, which is not what we wanted. Ooh, next turn Lothran will go to a elven town, I think it is. There we go. Yep, elven village. Ironically, our city is an elven village. So there we go. What I'm going to do is... Now I know it might seem silly, but I'm going to build that in there. And for the time being, because that gives me Lothran Seaguard, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to upgrade that. Now, ideally, what I want to do is get everything that can level up to level 3 in my 2 towns. So that will ultimately be barracks, stables, and grove. And it will also be food production, elven craftsmen. Because in the towns, everything can go up to level 3 at max, because the town can go up to level 3 at max. Whereas in the city, it can go to level 5. So ideally what you want to do is all these things that are level 3, you want to build these in your city, so then you can go right up to the level 5 sort of things. Whereas, for example, with the plaza that goes all the way up to an amphitheatre, you want that. Because all of these cap out at level 3, so you want them in your villages because they can support level 3s, whereas your city can support level 5. So why would you want to be using a slot that could go into a town on a city? So that's going to be 1 turn, and then that will increase our growth rate. Tyrion now has his additional troops, so what we're going to do is we're going to move Lord Tyrion thump, 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 over to here for the time being. Do we want to give him any more troops? No, I should think 15 units should be
Corruption
able to cope.
makes them weak.
And we will head you over to the Tower of Lycian. Not very towery, I know, but that's where you will be headed, because they only have a minimal garrison, a couple of dark shards, dread spears, pretty much what we just faced, and we should be able to take them out quite contently. Then I think what we're going to do is take Angariel and the Shrine of Azuran. As the Shrine of the Azuran. I'm saying it Azuran because I work on SGI, and that's what it is to me. Asuran. Yeah, it's Asuran. Okay. We want to take this because this is a strategic location, you know, location of importance to High Elves and Dark Elves. Probably because it's so bloody close to the Vortex, which makes it very, very useful. It is almost a direct link to the Vortex. So let's have a quick look at diplomacy. What are we looking at? Ooh, Calador. I feel like war with Calador is not far away at this rate. Although it is improving, but not by much.
Give the
What about
word.
you guys?
Yes, strange creature. What do you seek?
Strange. I'm a high elf, love. I know I've got the helmet on, but you're a high elf as well, you know.
No.
Okay then. Fine.
Shield against the darkness.
Wait, does she hate me now?
Your request?
No. Okay, that's good. So there's a new. I don't know. I don't think this was in Total War Warhammer 1. There's influence. Now, influence is it can be spent on hiring new lords. So as you can see, I can recruit a new lord, and for things like this princess lady here, I would need 60 influence, and for so on and so forth. However, some of them start without it. And here's what I was saying as well about the princesses. Here's a prince, Lorum, or Laurum, or whatever his bloody name is. He's sword infantry. And there's Thovar, he's sword infantry. But then there's Sandrina, who's hybrid weapon infantry. So she's a melee expert and anti-infantry, but she uses a bow. That is her main job. And I'm not just saying that it's just her. Eleron and Agila and Relinda. They will all be hybrid weapon infantry, which I don't like. I think they should all be random things, you know? Obviously you can hire heroes, so nobles. Lawmaster of Hoeth, which is... Hoeth is over here. Here it is, the White Tower of Hoeth. It's owned by Safri. Anyway, influence can be used to buy new things or improve relations with other races. So you've got all of the ones that we know of here. So Safri don't like us, but if I was to say pay 4 influence, that would give us a boost of about 20 or 25 to that. So they would still not like us, but they would be more not liking us. No, that doesn't work.
Light will drive back the darkness.
Alright, Tyrion, shut up. No, I can't think of the... They will like us a little bit more. They will hate us a little bit less. That's what I wanted to say. So I think we will leave it off there for today. And we will come back to this soon. I don't know whether it will be until next Friday, but we will certainly come back to this. Anyway, as my content is now coming to a close, make sure to check out GB Gaming. They are good friends of mine, and they do very similar things. They do sci-fi and old school sort of games that are not that popular, so make sure to check them out, as you might like them. They have a similar sense of humour to me, and make sure to like and subscribe. If you like the video, definitely like it, and click the little like tick button, because that helps me know that people are actually enjoying the video and not just clicking it by accident and then buggering off. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.